I feel kind of like Mary Poppins right now. Wee. It's an exceptionally weird time of year, at least where I am. That transition season where it's just really gray and rainy and miserable. I recently posted a reel about how when the weather is just really bad and we need to dress for it, I personally prefer to use that friction of crappy weather to come up with cool outfits. I've spoken about this before, how I think function can actually play a really critical piece in personal style, and when we actually use function to create an outfit, it can come across as pretty cute and cool while still actually being practical. So I'm gonna shop my closet for 3 rainy day, gloomy day looks today. I've got 2 UK content creators who I follow. I feel like if anyone knows about rain and gloomy weather, it's people who live in the UK. And I have 1 content creator who is Canadian and lives in Vancouver, also probably one of the rainiest parts of at least my country. So I thought these people are good people to look to in terms of rainy day style. So I'm gonna jump on into my closet, and if you like this kind of content where we focus on decoupling style and fashion from consumption by using and loving what we've already got in our closets, I think you will love my upcoming live virtual Shop Your Closet studio. We do pretty much the same thing in today's video, except I have 2 guests. So they've got very different closets, different bodies than I do, and we shop their closets together after learning about elements of style. I'm gonna talk about those in just a second, but I really do believe that this whole process is one that is crucial to developing your own style, but also just learning how to shop less. So let's get into these looks. Our first look is by Hailey Vilena. This is my fellow Canadian creator in Vancouver. This is a really great look, I think, for these like milder fall days. I know we can't see her head. I'm gonna make some sort of like personal style decisions on my part. I would also guess that an umbrella would be necessary here, but I liked how functional and cozy, but still like really minimal and classic this looked. So before I jump into my closet and just try and find similar pieces to what our inspiration has, I like to break the look up into elements of style, things like texture and proportion. This way, it really helps me take the focus away from thinking that I don't have these pieces in my closet, so I can't wear a look that's similar, and it changes the narrative to, okay, what tools do I have at my disposal already in my closet that will help me to achieve a similar vibe, a similar style. The first element that I can see is a really nice mix of layers. So we've got like a cool structured trench over really soft silhouettes underneath. I love how she's got the fanny pack layered underneath the trench coat, because even though, you know, it's not anything super complicated, but wearing the fanny underneath a layer does make the look feel like it's got a little bit more depth. So I like this bit of tension between, you know, something more classic versus something more sporty, which is something else that's going on here. A really cool element is this mix of styles, this tension between something like a trench coat and the athleisure. Aside from that, I think we're working with like an interesting higher contrast between the beige of the trench and the white in the shoe and the darker leggings and sweater of the outfit. But everything is still really complementary because we're working with a lot of neutrals. Can't see if she's wearing a ball cap or a toque or if she's got an umbrella. I'm gonna figure that stuff out when I build my outfit, but let's see what I've got. I liked how she had the black legging with like a dark forest green, and I thought I want to try and maybe stretch out of my comfort zone and do something like a color, i.e. gray. With black, but I'm really not feeling this. Even with the sneaker, it just feels a little frumpy. I don't know. I think the black and gray and the beige, like it's looking way too blah. So I'm gonna try something else. Okay, this is a lot better in my opinion. I know it's all black. I know, okay, it's not groundbreaking, but what I do like about it is how it feels a little bit more cohesive because of the beige in the sock that works with the beige trench. My trench is a little bit water repellent depending on how rainy it is. I'd grab an umbrella. I know in our inspiration we don't know what she's doing, but I always like to wear a ball cap on rainy days because it just keeps the rain out of my eyes, stops the crown of my hair from getting frizzed, and I've added my fanny. This is good. I like that this sweater that I chose, even though it's black, I like that it's got a hoodie Feels a little bit more cozy. I would wear this. I would definitely wear this out. Oh, I also have to say, this would probably be a situation where I know I'm not going to take off my coat. So running errands, I personally don't love wearing leggings with like a super short sweater. So that would be something to keep in mind. Or this would be like a running to the gym kind of look. Next up is this look from Emma Hill. I am sure almost all of you probably already follow her. I like Emma's style. It's really classic and clean and simple. And I think she knows wet weather very well. This is a look that I have definitely already worn. However, the elements that I really like about this are this beautiful like monochromatic palette up top with the black on the bottom. So I really like how she's coordinated her coat and top. I don't think you have to have the exact same color. It's a beautiful detail, but I don't think we all can match our coats exactly to our sweaters. So I think as long as there's some coordination there between the top and the coat, I think that could create a really neat look. I also love the texture play. She's got the high shine Wellington boot. Again, I know this isn't exactly something that we can all recreate, but what I do appreciate is that like using the difficulty of a high shine rubber. So if you are looking for rain gear or wet weather gear, I think that's a really beautiful example of playing up texture, creating an interesting look while still being functional. I also love the low contrast between the bag and the coat. I think it creates a really soft and harmonious look when in the rainy and like, you know, blustery, miserable days, we're often thinking of like dark things. So this low contrast in these beautiful light tones is actually a really nice element that I've never done before, and I think it's really cool. I also want to mention something about proportions here. I think because the Wellington boot is really slim, Emma's kept the proportions on the bottom also nice and slim to accentuate that big oversized jacket. So we can appreciate the length and the volume of the jacket so much more because the proportions underneath are so slim and the boots are really contributing to that. This is what I did for Emma's look. I'm already impressed with myself. At first I was like, let me just put on leggings and a sweater or like black jeans and a sweater. But then I thought, no, what if I actually have to look somewhat presentable? Can we make this work? Okay, so let's have a look at this. Would I actually go out into the world with a little mini skirt and wellies? Actually, this isn't so horrible. I think I would. This is a situation where I would take off my jacket and be okay. This is my coat of choice. I can't match the sweater and the jacket, but I was actually inspired by Emma to put the red in the red. Do these reds match? No, not exactly, but they're close enough to kind of appreciate this interesting cohesiveness. I never would have put this together without our inspiration. Do I have an umbrella? Yes. This is a scenario where you would have to bring an umbrella, and the bag, I think the boots can pull off the heftiness of this bag. It's functional, it's good. I feel kind of like Mary Poppins right now. Fully never would have put this together, but I'm very happy with it. Finally, I've got this look from Lydia Tomlinson. I liked it because it incorporates denim and a really cool trench coat with that like perfect rainy day weather. It looks like some sort of PVC or like a repellent type fabric. This is like a really good inspiration for one of those pieces that can do double duty. You know, if you have to actually like go to work or look nice or go to a function in this kind of weather, that piece could probably work quite hard for you. But I like how she's kind of dressed it down a little bit with jeans and a simple sweater and a sneaker. So there's a really cool mix of styles again with a more upscale coat, but I especially love the texture play here. I love how she's got the high shine coat with the roughness of the denim and the soft cozy knit. I think this just feels so appropriate for fall rainy days. The only thing that's missing here is like perhaps a ball cap in my opinion, or an umbrella. That way we're actually like doing the job of repelling the water. Okay, here's my base for Lydia's look. Instead of a canvas sneaker, which I don't have at the moment, but even if I had a canvas sneaker, I would still opt for for something that is leather just because of the water repellent factor, or even like a short welly or a short rubber boot, which could be really cute. Ilse Jacobsen has some really fun pairs with laces. Now, rather than opting for a trench, which would be sort of following, using the elements of the silhouette and the proportion, like those lengthy things, I'm actually more interested, like the elements that spoke to me of this look more were the textures. So what I'm gonna do, I am sacrificing the cool long silhouette, the little bit more like chic juxtaposition of styles for something that feels really sporty. This is like a longer bomber, but it's got this cool like shine to it. It's also got a hood, which is really practical, but I would probably use the difficulty of the weather and like needing to wear a jacket that is water repellent and perhaps more sporty and functional. So I would want to kind of aim more in that direction and add my hat. And rather than go for like a beautiful bag, I would probably do the fanny again, and I would use the little layering trick that we had in our first inspo. This is how I would do it. So really, not at all like Lydia's look, but I'm actually still quite happy with this. It feels functional, easy, it's comfortable for a rainy day. I get my protection from the elements. I'm hands-free so that I can, you know, shake my fist at the weather, and we're good. We're golden. There we go. So that is what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Let me know if you thought these looks were a hit or if you learned something new in the comments below. Hit thumbs up if you liked this video. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, I've got tickets to my next live virtual Shop Your Closet video. I'll leave all of the details in the comments below. This month's theme is taking up space with our clothes. So styling those special pieces for all kinds of occasions, hopefully, and just learning how to like own what we wear, because I think we don't do that often enough. Thank you again for watching. Hope you're having a wonderful day, a wonderful rest of your week, wherever you're at, and I'll see you in the next slow fashion video. Ciao!